Lights up on Washington Heights, about the break of day. I wake up and I got this little punk I gotta chase away. Pop the grate at the crack of dawn, saying while I wake down the organ, hey, good morning. So, well, yeah, I guess I actually decided to give a little tune for, of course, this one to help lighten things up right by now. So yeah, might as well go ahead and do it properly. So yeah. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, looks like to me that you finally stuck around to, of course, see me talk about this one in this latest thoughts video right by now. And I guess based on that little tune I actually sung for sure, I think you pretty much know exactly what I'm gonna be talking about. So yeah, and of course, believe it or not, I have waited a long time to finally talk about this one. Practically since December of 2019, to be honest. Yeah, practically ever since that time frame that I just mentioned, I am really hyped to actually talk about this one right about now. So yeah, and of course, now that it's officially out, I'm officially ready to, of course, give out my thoughts on it after I just saw it. So yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, I guess I'm fully ready to officially talk about this one. Alright. So yeah, pretty much just to get this out of the way right but now, in regards to, of course, the movie I'm gonna be talking about, yeah, this one I've been really hyped for quite a long time now, and yeah, I think I did remember seeing the trailer for, of course, this movie again back in December of 2019, right when yeah, right around the time it was about ready to come out for sure. So yeah, I'm super hooked for, of course, this movie that I'm gonna be talking about ever since I first saw the trailer for it, and yeah, it was originally meant to come out right around last year, but apparently the COVID-19 pandemic has actually hit us at that time, resulting in, of course, this movie being released around this time frame right about now. So yeah, quite literally, we had to wait about nearly 2 years to finally see this movie right about now, and excuse me. So yeah, we quite literally had to wait about 2 years just for this movie to actually come out, and well, looks like it's finally out right about now, and yeah, I think, I guess it makes sense to actually talk about this one, and of course I have brought that up pretty much a couple of times in a couple of my top 10 lists I've actually put together in the past. So yeah, I guess now that the movie is officially out right about now, I think it makes sense to, of course, officially talk about it. So I guess a lot of you guys are quite curious, what is it that I'm going to be talking about? Well, pretty much based on everything that I've actually mentioned, including that little tune I've actually sung right around at the start of this thoughts video, I think you can actually pretty much put together the puzzle pieces on, of course, this one. But for those that don't, for today's thoughts video right about now, I'm officially going to be talking about something that I know I rarely talked about in, of course, these thoughts videos. Yeah, but I mean, granted, my main focus is, of course, mainly on movies that are released in theaters, but how about something a little bit interesting? How about a really nice movie musical? So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that movie musicals are, of course, one of my favorite genres for sure, but mainly for, of course, one part of the movie musical genre. How about, of course, a movie that's based on a smash hit, Tony Award-winning Broadway musical? So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that if you have seen some of the thoughts videos I put out some time ago, I think I might have actually talked about a few movies based on Broadway musicals for quite some time, and yeah, I think if anything, I think pretty much aside from, of course, movies and TV shows, I do have a fascination with Broadway musicals as well, so yeah, and of course when it comes to, of course, movies based on Broadway musicals, sometimes they do them well, others not so much, or maybe somewhere in between. But I guess for the case of this movie I'm going to be talking about, it's actually more on, of course, that type of, yeah, pretty much the first part that I actually mentioned for sure, so yeah, and of course, if anything, for of course this movie, we're not going to be talking about pretty much another movie that's based on a Broadway musical. We're going to be talking about pretty much, well, a movie based on a Broadway musical that's given to us by the director of Crazy Rich Asians, and of course it's based on the Broadway musical pretty much by the same guy that also gave us the smash hit musical about Alexander Hamilton. So yeah, I guess right about now, I think you can pretty much see where I'm going with that. But for those who don't, for today's thoughts video right about now, and I've been super hyped to actually talk about this one, and I've been waiting a long time to actually see it, and now it's finally here. Today, I'm officially going to be talking about In the Heights. So yeah, that's of course the movie I'm gonna be talking about right about now, and yeah, I've been super hyped for this movie ever since I first saw the trailer back in December of 2019, and after so much time, so much waiting, and even had pretty much a massively long setback, again, due to the pandemic, due to the pandemic that actually happened last year. The movie is finally out right about now, and yeah, I did manage to, of course, go see it, and I'm about ready to officially talk about this one, so yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much what I figure I would do. Alright. Okay, I think just to get some background history out of the way, I think pretty much based on what I actually said earlier, for the case of this movie, In the Heights, pretty much like I said, this is of course based on the Broadway musical of the same name, which was of course pretty much given to us by, of course, Hamilton creator himself, Lin-Manuel Miranda. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind is that I think I will get a couple things out of the way. Number one is that I never saw the musical the movie is based on, but based on what I've actually heard for sure, I do hear it's actually really interesting and really engaging from what I actually hear. I think I never thought I would see the day that, of course, a musical centering around Washington Heights would actually be this great, and believe it or not, around its time, practically right around 2007 to 2008, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna say either 2007 or 2008. It was actually a smash hit during the time, not only pretty much performing on Broadway for about a good few years, but also actually won a good number of Tony Awards, including Best Musical. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that that musical was, of course, a really big hit at that time, but sadly, I never actually saw it around that time because I wasn't actually into, of course, Broadway musicals at that time. That would be probably right around until the beginning of the 2010 decade that, of course, it would actually pique my interest, with, of course, the exception of course, some of the musicals I've done during my high school years, so yeah, I think it's pretty much on that front, of course, the original musical, but in terms of Lin-Manuel Miranda, however, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I guess there's no doubt in my mind he is actually a really great composer for sure. Yeah, pretty much not only giving us this and Hamilton, as well as a few other works, and of course in the musical side of things, but of course, there's no doubt in my mind that in terms of movies, he's also put together some really great music as well. In fact, I think the last time we've actually witnessed anything pretty much in terms of anything in regards of Lin-Manuel Miranda in terms of movies is that he actually composed some really great songs for, of course, the animated Disney film Miranda, and of course, right around last year, I talked about pretty much his musical Hamilton that landed on Disney Plus last year. So yeah, if you want a bit more context on that, definitely go check out my thoughts video on Hamilton just to get that out of the way. And yeah, plenty of other stuff that I should actually mention for sure. Yeah, and also mainly in the television side of things. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that pretty much a lot like everyone else, I really do admire Lin-Manuel Miranda for, of course, who he is as a really great composer, nevertheless. I think he really does an incredible job with, of course, excuse me. Yeah, he has done an incredible job with, of course, what he's doing in terms of putting together some really great music and stuff. And yeah, I guess there's no doubt on that front. And yeah, he is basically all over the place. And whenever you think of something with, of course, really great music that you would actually see in, of course, film, television, or on Broadway, or oh, excuse me. So, yeah, and of course, anything that he would pop up nowadays, yeah, I think there's no doubt in my mind, you would automatically think of Lin-Manuel Miranda. So yeah, I have mad respect for the guy, 100%. So yeah, kind of makes sense on the hang-up front. So yeah, that's mainly the couple things that I've actually got out of the way. Now, I guess for the case of this movie, however, I knew right away when I actually first saw the trailer for it, I was stoked for it. I was super hyped to actually see it for what it is, because it really does look incredibly interesting, and I think it's really got a really great style that it's actually trying to go for. So yeah, and of course I know deep down in my mind is that this movie has been in development for quite a long time now. Yeah, pretty much going back and forth on, of course, development for sure. Some studios went back and forth on the project. In fact, pretty much the last time we've actually heard any news in regards of In the Heights as a movie leading up to where we are right now is, in fact, that the movie was originally going to be distributed by the Weinstein Company, but of course, after, of course, you know what just happened to that studio, though I think you can already figure out, of course, what exactly happened to the Weinstein Company. Yeah, it is automatically shifted to Warner Brothers instead, which is actually a really smart move. So yeah, and of course I was originally going to see this movie this weekend with, of course, one of my friends from high school, but apparently they got other plans around that time, and so I had to go at it alone, but hey, I've still decided to give this movie a shot anyways, and yeah, and like I said, I was hyped to actually look forward to this movie for a couple of years now, and I still was leading up to where we are right now. So yeah, I guess I decided, you know what, I'm still gonna go into this movie for what it is, and I'm keeping my hopes up that this will be eventually really great. So yeah, and of course we did manage to, of course, go see it, and I did manage to see it all the way through, and this would beg the question. Now that I've actually finished watching this movie all the way through, what do I think of this one overall? Has the hype for this movie have been worth it? Has my expectations actually met pretty well? And most importantly, did my prediction on, of course, this movie actually come true? Well, the answers to those questions will be answered right now, and yeah, those being, of course, yes, and without a doubt, hell yes. So yeah, I guess with, of course, everything that I've actually seen right but now, I really love this movie all the way through. I think with everything I've actually been seeing, the hype for this movie was actually well worth it, and I'm super thrilled with, of course, what we got overall. Yeah, pretty much there's no doubt in my mind. It's a brilliant film to watch from beginning to end, and yeah, it's magnificent to watch, and I think it's actually really great. So yeah, that's how much I really love this movie, hands down. It is absolutely marvelous all the way through. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind, this movie was actually really incredibly well done. Alright. So yeah, now that I've actually got that out of the way, I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about. First of all is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie. And yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind for, of course, this movie to be based on a musical about Washington Heights. I have to say the story for, of course, this movie is absolutely brilliant, hands down, and it's very well structured for, of course, what it is. I just really love the way they actually flowed out the nice story for, of course, this movie. Pretty much keeping beat by beat and actually pretty much take its time for, of course, what it's doing. So yeah, I guess with everything I've actually seen, the story for, of course, this movie is brilliantly well done. I really love the way it's actually structured. How yeah, I think with, of course, everything I'm actually seeing for sure, it's just really amazing to watch, and I really do admire the way it actually turned out for sure. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind is that the story for, of course, this movie is absolutely incredible, and I really love the way it actually turned out. And of course, on top of that, pretty much the writing I have to say is also brilliantly well done, I have to say. And in fact, I should mention this right, but now pretty much I kind of actually forgot her name, but I do know she actually wrote the original book for, of course, the original musical for, of course, yeah, to, of course, come on to, of course, write this movie right about now, and it's just incredibly well done right about now. And seeing of how this is an adaptation of course, the Broadway musical, I have to say the changes they actually make is, of course, some brilliant changes, I have to say, and I really love the way they actually incorporated all of that for, of course, this movie overall. So yeah, and of course on top of that, every single bit of, yeah, pretty much every single scene, and of course every bit of dialogue, all of that is brilliantly written out as we speak, and I just really love the way they actually try to go for what it's trying to do for, of course, this movie, and yeah, with that, it's done incredibly well, and I really do admire it for what it is. So yeah, much like how I felt about the story, the writing, I have to say, is absolutely incredible, and I really love the way it actually turned out. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. So yeah, now that I've actually got that out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next thing that I need to talk about, is mainly the characters, I have to say. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind is that I really do admire the characters, and of course this movie overall. Each and every single one of them I've actually seen on screen. They are incredibly likable, and they are massively interesting as we speak. And plus, I also really do admire the way that they bring in some really great character development for sure. I think with, of course, every single one of them, you actually do get a grip with, of course, every single one of them, and you actually do connect with them a whole lot. Yeah. And that's what makes them all the more incredible. And plus, even some of the flaws that they've actually established for, of course, every single one of them, and how they're able to work around them, that's what makes it all the more engaging. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind is that the characters, I will have to say, they are incredibly likable, and they are incredibly interesting as we speak. So yeah. That's how much I really love the characters in this movie, and plus I will have to say all the actors that actually came on board for, of course, this movie for sure. They are, Yeah, they are absolutely incredible. They are perfectly well casted, and they turned out some really great performances as we speak. In fact, some of which I should mention right about now is pretty much in multiple categories that I will have to point out. Pretty much I know a great majority of them are, of course, Latinos, or of course, Latin Americans, or of course, mainly, of course, just mainly Latinos as we speak. Pretty much a good majority of them, I have to say. And of course, pretty much some that, and of course, there is some that pretty much originated from the original musical, and of course, the rest, has of course have some really great association with Lin-Manuel Miranda. In fact, I shouldn't give away any spoilers for sure, but he definitely makes an appearance in, of course, this movie, but I'm not telling you which role right about now. That's something you're gonna have to see, so yeah, I guess regardless of course, the few categories I have to say, pretty much each and every single one of the actors that actually came on board for, of course, this movie, they pulled off some really great performances as we speak, and yeah, I think, I guess there's no doubt in my mind, they actually did do an incredible job with it. Pretty much every single bit of their line delivery that they give out is absolutely incredible, and even their singing in a great number of songs, which I'll get to later on, is also done incredibly well. There was never one point where, of course, I noticed someone was either off-key or didn't get the notes right, but I think their singing is absolutely marvelous, and they really do an incredible job at that. So yeah, I guess with all that combined, much like how I felt about the characters, I really do admire all the actors that came on board for this movie. They pulled off some really great performances, in my opinion. So yeah, that's actually how much I really love all the actors for, of course, this movie. Alright, looks like I'm all out, so yeah, time for me to go for an extra, just for safekeeping. Alright, much better. So yeah, now that I've actually got that, got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, while we're on the subject of course, the music and the songs, that's another thing that I should talk about right about now. The music and the songs in, of course, this movie, I have to say they are incredibly well done, and pretty much the ones I should mention, like, of course, not just the title song in the Heights, but also a few others that I should mention, like Paciencia Fe, and of course 96,000, and again, that's just to name a few right about now. I think pretty much all the songs, I have to say, are, of course, incredibly well done, and they really do have a really great number of being pretty much mixing in regular old Broadway style with, of course, a nice rap style, and of course some really nice pretty much Spanish-themed music that they also incorporate in. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind is that I really do admire the music and the songs in, of course, this movie. It's pretty much the same as, of course, in the original musical, and I have to say it's really well composed for, of course, this movie for sure. I just really love every single one of these songs in, of course, this movie, and in fact, with, of course, each and every single one of them, they play all throughout, some of which are, of course, nice, slow and relaxing, and of course, gives you a really good feel, while a few others I should mention makes me almost want to get out of my seat and dance along to a really great beat, and even almost attempting to actually sing these songs. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind is that I really do admire the music and the songs, and of course this movie. It is brilliantly well done, I have to say, and really does help fit in well for of course this movie, since it wants to try to be like the original musical, and of course another thing that I should mention is that it's also mixed in with some really great choreography, I have to say. Pretty much every single pretty much every single dance moves that I've actually seen, they are incredibly well done, and again, it actually does fit in well for, of course, the music and the songs, and of course, this movie. So yeah, that's actually how much I really love it, and plus, I also really do admire the nice setting this movie actually takes place in. I mean, for a movie based on a musical called In the Heights, you would expect it to, of course, take place in Washington Heights, and thankfully they did do exactly that, and yeah, that's actually what makes the setting of this movie all the more great. I really do admire how incredible Washington Heights looks all throughout this movie. And that's saying a whole lot, since I've actually taken a few really great day trips down to New York City a good number of times, but never actually got the opportunity to actually visit Washington Heights. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really do admire the nice setting for, of course, this movie, and it really does help fit in well with, of course, what it has to do. And plus, I also really do admire the incredible visuals that they threw into, of course, this one. Yeah, I think with every single one of them, they actually do tie in incredibly well, and I really do admire on how breathtaking the visuals are, and of course, like I said, going back a bit to the music and the songs, pretty much on the subject of the visuals, they actually do fit in well with, of course, the songs, and of course, this movie. So yeah, I really do admire the way on how visually this film looks, and it's absolutely incredible for what it is. So yeah, and of course, what else? Oh yeah, I think I also should mention right about now, I also really do admire the direction of course, this movie that's, of course, given by the film's director, John M. Chu, who, of course, previously gave us pretty much another smash hit film that he directed a few years ago, which was Crazy Rich Asians, to which sadly I haven't seen, but I did hear great things about it, and the way he actually directed this movie is absolutely brilliant, and I really love the nice style that he implemented for, of course, this movie, which actually makes it all the more engaging. Yeah, which, of course, does lead to, of course, another thing, is that around the time I'm recording this, pretty much since after directing this movie, he is now currently attached for the upcoming movie adaptation of the, pretty much another Broadway musical that came out during the time, or should I say several years ago, which I did actually see a couple times, and I think it's actually great, and probably one of my favorites overall, that being, of course, Wicked. So yeah, I'm actually really quite curious to see what he's gonna do for, of course, that musical that's gonna be turned into a movie sometime soon, but we'll have to wait and see on that front, because, yeah, he's already in development on that as we speak, so we'll probably have to wait and see, but yeah, I guess we're turning to In the Heights right about now. Yeah, like I said, I really do admire the nice direction the film's director, John M. Chu, actually went for, of course, this movie, and really giving it a really nice and incredible style that, of course, it's what it's actually trying to do. So yeah, that's actually how much I really love it, and plus, I also really do admire on how well shot this movie is, as of course it gave us some really great cinematography. I also really love on how crisp and clean the film's editing is, as of course it's cut up massively well with, of course, what it's trying to do. So yeah, and of course, yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything that I should have to say for, of course, this movie. But the most important thing that I can mention right about now is that, for, of course, what it is, it did an incredible job, and, of course, not pretty much staying true to, of course, the original Broadway musical it's based on, while standing out well as its own movie. Yeah, pretty much standing out well as a movie, which is not actually pretty common to most modern day movie musicals nowadays, or movies based on Broadway musicals nowadays, but this movie actually did get it right by now, staying true to the original musical, while of course standing out well as a movie. So yeah, that's how much I really love it. So yeah, I guess with all that combined, that's how much I really love this movie. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say for, of course, on pretty much everything. I mean, everything that I have to say on how much I really love this movie. So yeah, that's how much I really love it. Though if there's one nitpick that I can mention right about now, and it is a minor one, is that probably a few quiet moments in, of course, this movie, for, while not really awful by all means, does drag a bit for a little too long, but yeah, maybe I wish it could have been much better if they would have just cut them out, and it would have made the film a whole lot more stronger, but yeah, that's just a minor nitpick that I have, but it doesn't hurt the rest of the movie for what it is. If it wanted to be absolutely great, it's still absolutely great nevertheless, So yeah, I guess if anything, that's actually how much I really love this movie overall. So yeah, I guess overall, In the Heights is absolutely a really incredible movie, and it is absolutely amazing all the way through. It's got a really great story, interesting characters, some really incredible songs for sure, and like I said, it did stay true to the original musical it's based on, while standing out well as the movie. So yeah, I guess for what it is, I really love In the Heights a whole lot. Yeah, pretty much the hype for this movie was incredibly worth it, and I couldn't help but fully recommend it all the way through. So this is practically not only the best movie based on a Broadway musical that I've actually seen for sure, or let alone the best movie I've actually seen this year, but this is also without a doubt one of the best movies I've seen in my entire life, and that's right alongside a few others that I've actually seen very recently. So yeah, pretty much giving out my thoughts on, of course, the 2019 Cats movie that I talked about a couple of years ago, but mainly going on the opposite side of things, where, of course, I know Cats was actually one of the worst, but In the Heights is actually the best, So yeah, I guess for what it is, I really love In the Heights, and I highly recommend it all the way through. So yeah, if you are quite curious to see it for yourself, then definitely go check it out for sure. Either go see it, of course, in the movie theater like I just did, or you can catch it right now on HBO Max while you still can. So yeah, if you got the time, and if you want to see In the Heights, do so. It's worth your time. So yeah, it's a brilliant film to watch from beginning to end, and I highly recommend it for, of course, what it is, and truly one of the best I've actually seen by far. So yeah, for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give In the Heights a massively solid 9.5 out of 10. Like I said, this is without doubt one of the best I've actually seen by far, and I highly recommend it for, of course, what it is, and yeah, I am really quite excited to see what comes next, or of course, maybe see the next Broadway musical that's going to be turned into a movie, but we shall have to wait and see on that, because there's actually a good number of them out there, so yeah, we'll probably have to wait and see. Maybe they might meet the same expectations as In the Heights, or maybe not, we shall see. But hey, I guess in the meantime, if you want to experience this movie for yourself, then, well, pack up your little Swinito and head on over to Washington Heights to, well, see this movie for yourself. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for, of course, my thoughts on In the Heights. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and of course, I am quite curious to know if you have seen In the Heights for yourself, and you want to express on what you thought about it, then go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites that I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me, with of course the links down in the description box below. And of course, go ahead and support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to some videos that I got coming up, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, then giving a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this coming up in the near future. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and yeah, feels great to finally get this out there. Now that the movie is finally out, I finally got it out of the way, and now I can finally put this movie to rest. So yeah, and of course it'll give me a good number of time to, of course, catch the next movie that I'll talk about in the next thoughts video, but I won't tell you which one, but you're just gonna have to tune in to see. But I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.